Airlines. They run everywhere in these trucks, and they're all old, brittle plastic. One of the questions I will sometimes get from guys who are new to the hobby or running these is, what exactly should they be carrying in ways of spare parts? Now, you can just load yourself up on every single conceivable thing and just schlep that around all the time. But you don't have to. And I certainly try not to. Oh, hey, kitty. There are only certain areas that tend to fail quickly and suddenly. Now, you can carry extra air cans, right? But I've actually found it quite difficult to source air cans. That's the front one, no spring brakes. Rear one with spring brakes. I've actually found it quite difficult to source them. So I don't carry one. I'd like to, but I don't. Instead, what I carry are the diaphragms, the large and small diaphragms for the air can. And if I had to, if one of those were to let go, I could disassemble it, cage it, disassemble it alongside the road and swap them out. Don't want to, but I could. Fact is, you're probably not going to see those go suddenly. There's going to likely be some warning. Same thing with regulators and whatnot. Unless your truck is just now coming back on the road, that stuff is probably going to give you a bit of an on-braking signal. But one thing that won't is these stupid plastic airlines. And they're all fragile. When I lost mine, it was in the morning. I was bringing the truck up the hill in order to start the tours, and she just popped. This is the camera feed footage from the bed cameras, and luckily the bed camera records audio, and you can actually hear when I lost it. Now you can hear me get right off the skinny pedal as soon as that line blew. And I started looking for a place in the ditch that I could stash the truck, because I figured I was moments away from rear wheel lockup. And I didn't want that in the road. Then I had to pay for a tow while I fixed it. But I didn't lose the brakes, and I gradually got back on the throttle. And I sort of feathered her to a big wide spot where I could just drift in off the road and shut it down. What I learned from that experience is that those plastic airlines can let loose anytime, anywhere, and you don't have to be doing something crazy for it to happen. Now, you don't need to replace all of them. I know some guys will tell you, oh, you should just go ahead and replace all of them. And I suppose if you wanting to learn how your system works, absolutely, that's a good way. I kind of also think it's a good way to start mixing up lines. Instead, I've got a stopgap measure. Some little things, a few little things you can pick up that will get you off the road. Now, when I lost an airline, it was right down in there. And to help orient yourself, there are your tank valves. So, passenger side, behind the step. It was in that bundle down there. Cracked line. You know, they've been bent for a very, very long time, and they get an awful lot of vibration. The military's got them painted, so you shouldn't have too much in the way of sun rotting. But just age is enough. This right here is all I carry. I've got about 24 inches, a ½ inch, and about 24 inches of 3/8 airline. Just went to Napa, asked for it. And compression fittings. I actually carry 2 each. This is a ½ inch compression fitting and a 3/8. I also have a little baggie where I have spare ferrules. Because, yeah, you drop one of these working underneath there in the dark, and it'll be like Helen Keller searching for a paper clip. Just carry spare ones. They're kind of slippery. So if you have a line break, okay, it's probably going to break at one of the curves. Back up and go to where the lines are relatively straight and snip them off on each side. Measure how much you need. You then cut yourself a chunk of this, the appropriate length. You slip these on each end, tighten them down, and then you attach them to the old lines and tighten them down. That's it. You're done. Build air, get your truck back off the road. It's not a permanent fix. Whatever line broke needs to be replaced. But this will get you home. This will get you off the road. Those things right there. 2 of these, 2 of these. A spare ferrule or 2 on each side. They're really cheap. And this little bit of hose. I doubt there's more than 30 bucks worth of stuff right there. That's all you need. Air brakes are not a real mystery. I know they can be intimidating if you're just learning them. High pressure to low pressure. Valves in between. If anything's going shh that shouldn't be going shh, you got a problem. And that's about it. This is what I would consider the bare minimum to carry with you in terms of spare air brake parts. It isn't much, it won't cost you much, and it's not hard to use. Good luck. Try to keep the rubber side down. You know, because they're a soft top and it will squish you like a bug if you tip it over.